Measuring? Oh.
What's up, guys? So we're doing it. We're just kind of phoning in the video this week because turns
Today's
out
travel day.
travel day fell on the night before we're supposed to post a video, and we spent the last couple of days getting everything ready to go to move to Georgetown, Kentucky, which is where we're at now. So kind of an update on what we're doing.
And we just spent the past 30 minutes trying to do another video, and then when we went to look, because we had to use my phone because the camera wasn't working right, and then when we went to turn off the video,
Somebody didn't check the battery on the phone before we started.
So anyway, we were talking to ourselves for the last 30 minutes, so we're frustrated with that video. So it's travel day, and we are just going to update on kind of what's been going on and what is to come.
Yeah, so travel day was fun.
Yeah, it was a blast. My favorite one.
I'm worn out. My nerves are exhausted.
Second travel day that's been bad.
We can't get good weather on a travel day. When we went from Virginia to Cave City, Kentucky, where we just left, we tried to leave real early in the morning because it was a long drive, and there was so much fog that you literally couldn't see the road. And I was having to drive with my head hanging out the window to even see the line.
It was literally guessing.
Yeah. And then today, when we left, we thought this is an easy, short drive, which we kind of planned for. It was an hour-and-a-half drive, which was awesome because normally we drive 4 to 5 hours a day on travel days. So we were excited about this one. We get out to the interstate, and it is wind gusts of 40 miles an hour. And if you've never driven a travel trailer with the wind blowing 40 miles an hour, I don't recommend it. It is not fun. And it is even less fun when you're on a 4-lane interstate with semis passing you doing 80 miles an hour. So 20 minutes of that, and I told Heather, I said, I don't have the nerves for this. I've got to get off the road. So we stopped at a truck stop, and I finally just said, you know what? I know it'll take longer, but let's take back roads. I don't want to be on the interstate in this wind. And so we turned that hour-and-a-half drive into a 3-hour drive, but it worked out.
It was beautiful.
Yeah,
it was so nice.
We are kind of falling in love with Kentucky. It is a beautiful state if you've never been here.
But the roads that we took side roads. We took, do you remember what it was now? It was the Lincoln Heritage.
Well, we turned off on that, and then
That was a lot of the road, though.
Oh, yeah.
But it was kind of like the Parkway for North Carolina and Virginia. Please don't put that in your mouth. But it was beautiful. It was just roads, scenic routes.
It was scenic. There was lots of farmland.
Things you do not go down when you're pulling anything, especially a travel trailer.
Kentucky has a lot of one-lane roads where they're farm roads, and it's meant for people in cars and pickup trucks to scoot off the side of the road when they meet each other. We ended up on a couple of those. I may have gotten some dirty looks.
The roads were narrow. They're really curvy. It's just you're in the country. A lot of the roads are kind of just like if you live there, that's what you're on, and that's about all the traffic. So you try to stay away from things like that when you have a travel trailer with you. But I'm glad we did it because I wasn't even driving, and I was scared. Every time Kenny would make a comment or get upset, I'm over there shaking. So I'm happy that it worked out the way it did, and I think the hour-and-a-half extra was way worth it.
Yeah, I don't know that we would have made it here if we stayed on the interstate. It was that bad. I mean, it was taking everything I had to keep the truck and the trailer on the road. And once we got off the interstate and took those back roads, the stress kind of eased because, one, we weren't traveling as fast, and two, you didn't have the big semis passing you, and we were heading a different direction. The interstate had us going to where the whole ride here, it would have been crosswinds blowing me all over the road. The back roads kind of took me to where the wind was coming from my back, so yeah, that made it a lot easier to drive.
But we made it, and it is beautiful here too. This campground is great. We went from Singing Hills Campground, which is awesome. We're going to be doing a review on them. We loved them. It was the little home feeling, small campground, wonderful hosts. So we're now in a really big campground.
We're in like a resort.
We've never been
now.
in a place that was like this. We always look for the really, really cheap, small campgrounds, and this is different.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to be here for a week. I couldn't do it for a month. We can't afford all that. But we're backed up to a pond, a beautiful pond. So looking forward to what there is here. There's a lot for kids to do here too, so that's cool.
Yeah.
So what are we doing this week?
So this week is one of the things that we've been most excited about, and we've kind of teased it every now and then. And if you follow us on Instagram, which if you don't, make sure you go follow us because you get like some sneak peeks and stuff as to the things we're getting into. But starting tomorrow, we have 2 days of video scheduled with Ark Encounter and Creation Museum. What town is it in? It's like
Williamsburg or Williamstown or something.
So Williams something in Kentucky. It's like 30 minutes from where we're at. But we've got 2 days of videoing going on with them.
And we've heard so much about it. I'm really excited about the Ark Encounter and seeing it and getting to experience that. And then there's a lot of you that have been talking about how you're living through us and are excited to see what we have to show. So we're excited to have content for you.
Yeah.
You know?
And we've actually got something coming up, and I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there now. While we were in Cave City, we made contact with, and again, if you follow us on Instagram, you saw how this all turned out. But with the Aviation Heritage Park in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And what it is, it's a small little park, and they've got actual military aircraft, Air Force aircraft out there that you can walk around and look at. And each one of them has a plaque that tells you about a local veteran that flew this type of plane, and in a couple of cases, that very plane. And so we went out there one day just to look around, and it was small. So we honestly looked at it and we said, well, there's not really enough here for like video content for us to do a video on. So we didn't even get the cameras out when we were there. But we met this really nice man there, and he comes up to us while we're looking at this one plane, and he goes, "Does the guy on that board look familiar to you guys?" And I'm sitting there, I'm like, who is this guy?
And Tom's looking at Kenny like, answer,
why
I don't know.
did this guy walk up to us? And he goes, hang on, let me take my glasses off. And he stands next to the plaque, and it's one of the guys that actually flew that very plane we were looking at. And so the story on the plaque's all about him. And so he told us this amazing story about this plane and everything. And we left there, and I told Heather, I said, that was better than most of the museum trips we've gone on. And
we both were sitting there like, we wish we would have gotten video. And I said, I wanted to, but I didn't want to stop his story. We were so into his story that we didn't want to stop him and then ask him if he would be videoed. And I'm like, I wish we had more time here. I wish we could contact him and see if we could get an interview.
Yeah, so we went ahead and we reached out to the park itself, and we explained the whole story and told them who we had talked to, and they emailed us back right away and were like, we would love for y'all to come and do a video with us. And so Colonel Franklin, the man that talked to us that day, met us out there again, and he took us through the whole park, told us the story on each and every plane there, and then even showed us another plane that they had in a hangar that they're in the process of restoring, and kind of told us the plans of the park. So long story short, what we're doing, guys, with that footage is the week of Veterans Day, we're gonna try. We're gonna try.
Get it out
if we can get it worked out. We're going to do the week of Veterans Day. We're going to release a video every day that week from that park. But here's what I want you guys to do. And we're going to do this on Instagram too. But if you are a military veteran, hey, bud. If you're a military veteran and you are okay with it, what we'd like for you to do, okay,
he really is this sweet all the time. It's not just the video.
Is send us your name and your dates of service, and what we'd like to do at the end of each of these videos is kind of honor and pay tribute to our our veterans, because I'm a veteran, in case y'all hadn't figured that out yet. I wear my hat sometimes. We want to pay tribute to those veterans, and we would like to do that, especially with you guys that support us and show our support. So even if it's a family member that has passed and you would like to see their name on one of our videos, send us an email, get a hold of us on
Instagram or Facebook. Yeah.
And that's something we'd like to do, because we've both got a lot of veterans in our family, and so yeah, help us out with that, guys. If you're interested, just like I said, get a hold of us.
So we will be going. Maybe there's this thing up here since we're in Kentucky. You want to tell them about that? What's happening? Is there a stink bug in my hair?
No.
Kenny, what did you just do?
Your head was sticking out.
Oh, I thought you were being sweet.
So
there's a stink bug. Go ahead.
Again, since we are in Kentucky, this came up in the video we were trying to shoot.
Yeah, I keep thinking like they already know this, but they don't, because
we're going to go try and make our own bottle of whiskey. We're going to have our own label. It's going to say Nomadic Trio on it. And we're going to see if we can make that happen. We got a lot of stuff to do this week, and we're working a lot this week, so hopefully we have time to do that. But
another thing that's going on, I'm trying to think of everything happening. I asked Kenny this afternoon in the truck. I said, can you believe this is your life? Did you ever think it would be? It's crazy. But it's exciting. It's amazing. Anyway, we're working on getting a logo made for us, and once that's done, we're going to have stickers, and then we're going to have t-shirts made.
Yep.
So once that's out, because we like the ones that we have, but we don't love them, and the biggest thing about them, or the two biggest thing, is we don't have our actual logo. We didn't have one at the time. Kenny drew it up for us. It's really cool. I can't wait to show y'all. But and also the shirts themselves, I don't like how they feel, and we're not trying to give them to y'all if we don't like them.
Yeah.
So that's coming out soon too.
Lots of stuff happening.
Yep.
And we are planned through January as of right now.
Yep.
So we leave here and we start making our way south.
Tennessee.
It is starting to get cold, guys.
It's gonna be cold in Tennessee too. We're going to Pigeon Forge next week. That's crazy. We're doing a lot of week stuff, or a couple, which we don't do. We usually do a month. So we're gonna see how it goes, how we like that, and then we'll go to my parents, and then where from there?
We go to her parents, and we'll be there for a few weeks. Then from there we go to Savannah, Georgia.
I'm excited about Savannah.
And we're in Savannah for a week, I think.
Mm-hmm.
In Savannah for a week. From there we go to Jacksonville, Florida. Why am I telling you all my plans? Are y'all going to track me down? Have I made y'all angry?
Saying it. They didn't ask you.
Anyhow, y'all don't know what my plans are. But the places we're going to hit, we're going to go North Carolina, Savannah, Georgia, Jacksonville, Florida for a couple of days to see my sister. And then we'll be in Pensacola. And then from Pensacola, we're going west.
So if you are in any of those places mentioned, let us know.
Yeah. And if there's something that we need to see along the way, let us know. And again, guys, we like looking into the little guys. We look for the little guys that most people would miss when they come to an area. So even if it's something you think, nobody wants to see that, but it's really cool.
Have any of you ever been to a Dollar General market?
Didn't know such thing existed.
Tell me about it if you have. Kenny wouldn't take me. There was one in Bowling Green, and we never went. We go to Dollar General every day, but I saw a market, and I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
And what is the deal with IGAs being inside the gas stations? And what is the deal with the Louisville thing? What was that with the cars? The cars parked on the side of the road.
Oh yeah, I guess if you just don't want your car anymore, you just park it on the side of the interstate in
Louisville. And they don't tow it? What's up with all that? Does anybody
amazingly
know?
enough, I mean, like when I was a kid, if you did that in a town like Louisville, like you would, the next morning it would have no tires. And all those cars are there. Tires are there and everything. But,
so, yeah. Having fun in Kentucky, for sure.
Definitely. So guys, like I said, we're kind of phoning in the video this week. mainly because we're exhausted and we're throwing tissue boxes at dogs.
He's used to that.
So, again, guys, we're going to have a lot of content coming out. We just haven't had enough time this week to get anything done. So, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like this video, even though it's just kind of phoned in, but it gives you a little bit of an update on what we're up to. And make sure you hit the bell notification so you get notifications whenever we post new content. With that said, guys, we need all the help we can get with the subscribers because YouTube is making it extremely hard to keep subscribers now. So if you don't watch our videos often enough or enough, period, then they unsubscribe you. So we need all the help we can get. We appreciate all the support that we get from you. So like us, share us, tell your friends about us, and help us out, guys. So thanks again for all your support, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye.